Hi guys, it's the 25th of October. It's a Sunday night, and I thought I'd try and get my head around some of the exploration work that's been done and it's led up to the discovery of the Monty deposit that we've got at Talisman. I'm just a new shareholder, so I've only really been boning up, a lot in the last few days to try and get my head right around where the exploration's been going. Really just to be able to see, maybe what's still available there for the future in terms of prospectivity and getting a handle on, maybe where this company might be going. So we've got the, as you can see here, we've got the this blue area is the Springfield project, which is Talisman ground, and the yellow area here is the Sandfire project areas, and this blue area is now subject to a farming arrangement whereby Sandfire can earn 70% by spending $15 million. What you see here in this elongated shape here is what is known as the Briar Basin Formation, which is the host of these VMS deposits that they've been discovering here. And these darker green areas are actually the most prospective sequence, which are known as the Narracuda volcanics. So if I just take the image away and we look down to the south here, this sort of lighter area here to me looks very much like sort of outcropping to sub-outcropping locations of the Narracuda volcanics. But further up here to the northeast, you have this drainage system which is flowing up to the northwest here, and imagine this obscures a lot of the outcrop, probably with cover sequences. So the exploration up this end of town would necessarily be a little harder, but probably not much. So I've been digging around, and I pulled up this image from August 2010, which shows the Talisman soil sampling, which is pretty much fairly extensive over the prospective sequences in the Springfield tenement. Now what they did is, around that stage, they defined three main corridors: the northern, which contains one of the prospects here, Homer; the central, which contains Monty; and these southern volcanics, which have gone by various prospect names and had a fair degree of work over them. Obviously over here you've got the DeGrussa copper gold deposit, and then the discovery of Conductor 5 a bit further to the east. A couple of other prospects which were active at that stage. Now, the thing that really struck me was, with all the money that's been spent over the many years, Monty's just essentially a copper soil anomaly, which is pretty surprising in that, it's really a bullseye soil anomaly. And in this respect, I'm just looking at these old soil pictures. You have these other areas further up here to the east, a couple of anomalies there, and then one very much on the margin there. And in my way of thinking, if the company hasn't looked at those eastern soil anomalies, it might be worth a crack, because if I fade out, you can actually make out that some may well be sitting in this in this sharp sort of, I don't know if it's a fold, the end of the fold structure here. But in any case, if anyone from the company's listening and you haven't looked at those soil anomalies, well, it might be worth sending someone up there. All right, so look, there's a lot of work that can be explained, but we basically, let's cut to the chase. Towards the end of 2011, the company started doing some diamond drilling around this soil anomaly, and this is basically when the deposit was discovered in essence. And this intersection here of 0.3 meters at 7.6% copper, in my mind, what was the discovery, right? So there was also other areas here that indicated that there would have been something of interest to follow up on, but unfortunately the company never really progressed much from this point, and I don't know what the reasons were. They were busy with other projects, Livingston, Halloween, other tenements they had even outside of this Briar Basin project. So well, look, I don't know why they didn't progress, but that was simply a fact. So I'll just highlight those holes here for future reference, because they're actually important in terms of the discovery, the ultimate discovery of Monty by Sandfire. So what Sandfire entered into the joint venture around the end of 2013, and they pretty quickly concentrated on what I think was important, and coming back to this prospect, and what they did is they went through and they cleaned out a lot of the old Talisman's holes in this central corridor area, and they would have done downhole EM work on about 20 of them. But the crucial one was this hole here, SPD021, where they got an off-hole conductor, which, I mean, essentially in the end led to the discovery. So they first drilled this hole here, diamond hole TLDD0002A, and what they found with this hole was the package that they intersected. This was in May 2011. It seemed to closely resemble the exhalative VMS sequence that they saw in close proximity to conductor 5 at DeGrussa, which I pointed out a minute ago. Now, once that was established, they drilled diamond hole TLDD0004A, which was basically the discovery hole here at DeGrussa, and that hit 16.5 meters at 18.9% copper and 2.1 grams per ton gold from 409.5 meters. Now, what I'll do is I'll just overlay these points on some of the other images that Talisman put out in June 2011. Now, that's the actual soil anomaly in close up, and you can see the discovery hole, these other holes that first produced the chalco and the copper results there. they're sitting off the main anomaly to the west. Then we've also got a gravity anomaly, which is coincidentally very well correlated with soil anomaly. If I just go back to the soil, and then I can go back to the gravity, and then there's also the aeromag anomalies. Well, not so much an anomaly, but this is a picture of the first vertical derivative of the reduced to pole total magnetic intensity. So what I'll do, I'll probably do another video explaining what I think about this area to the northeast here and its prospectivity in my view. Look, I'm not an expert. I actually do have a physics degree, so I know a little bit about geophysics, even though I never actually studied it. But this is very interesting in that we've got three separate signatures. This gravity anomaly here, we've got this reduced to pole magnetic signature, and we've also got the soil anomaly all sitting there northeast of where our discovery is, because all our holes that we drilled since the first discovery hole, this 4A hole, fall to the southwest here. So I might just put that, I'll just have to try and find my image there. Just give me a minute, because I've got quite a few let me see if this is it. No, that's not it. I've got quite a few images that I can overlay, and it gets a little confusing on these menus to find. Alright, okay, I think I got it here. There it is. So that's our latest update in terms of that's an October 2015 update. Now you can see the discovery hole. You can see the remainder of holes that we've drilled here, including this hole 26, which is our new bornite hole, which we don't have the assay results for. Another good hole was this TLDD 0010, which returned 3 massive sulphide intersections, the best being 10.5 meters at 18.9% copper and actually 3.1 grams per ton gold, that is quite a high grade of gold by any real standard. Now, what we had was a bit of a disappointment in that this hole here, I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit on it. The writing's probably not that clear, but this hole TLDD 0019 was drilled at quite a big depth. I can't remember the number now, but it was drilled to intersect the down plunge continuation of the ore body, and it seemed to have missed completely. But I'm actually not convinced that we won't find more ore here at depth. The company hasn't said much that I can see in their announcements about the prospect of drilling deeper, but there were a couple of question marks on their diagrams there that indicate to me that they're not finished in this direction. So we've got this brilliant up-dip result that we will soon know what grade it'll be. I'm predicting at least 20% copper, and then the shallow, there doesn't seem to be much scope for any real oxide ore in this deposit, so that's a bit disappointing. But you know, they might drill more and find a small amount of it. But to me, what I've just shown you in respect of these three anomalies that extend out here, I don't know, the company hasn't said much, but I'll make another video and explain a little bit about the geophysics of the magnetic signature versus the gravity, because you've got to understand that there's a difference between magnetism and gravity. But I'll do that in another video. And obviously this soil anomaly is just sitting there still, right there. So in any case, I suppose that's enough for the very minute. I'll be making a few more videos to describe, you know, when I look up at the the Homer area, I'll try and distill that down a bit. And there's also a lot of other work that's been going on that with the high-powered ground EM, and also the seismic data that's been collected, which will point to a lot. In my opinion, this ain't over yet. You can see if I zoom out from here, you can see how small the deposit is in comparison to, you know, the areas that are still subject to exploration here. So, look, thanks for listening, and yeah, I'll be making a couple more of these videos to talk a bit more about Homer. I might even talk about these volcanics and the southern volcanics and what work has been done. I don't see them as being highly prospective. I think we've still got more to be found even around this Monty deposit in itself, and then obviously Homer. But yeah, there's definitely more to be seen here, I think. Oh well, thanks very much.